Welcome, Knights of Apollo. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here, and can you smell that? That's the sweet smell of gunpowder in the morning. We are back playing Napoleon Total War. This one's a 2 vs 2 online battle, but this is not your traditional online battle. This is a historical scenario, a historical battle. This is the Battle of Lodi in present-day Italy. It is a French victory against the Austrians. It's a pretty decisive victory, but to be fair, the French heavily outnumbered the Austrian forces. But today, history might change. The players who are commanding Austria, they can change history. They got another chance right here. Now, I am in this battle. I'm commanding one of the French forces. I'm leading Napoleon. So the year is the 10th of May, 1796. So this is a pretty young Napoleon here. You can see he's got the younger model. Looking good, Napoleon. Yeah, you're ready to lead. Just a general here, not emperor quite yet. At least I don't think so. Here's the other half of the army. This is the other player. So he's, leading the second half of Napoleon's army. And then on the other side, of course, we have the two Austrian forces that are very similar in terms of army comps. Lots of German Fusiliers, skirmishers, Landwehr. Here's the other army. So across the river, ready to defend this city. All right, so let's check out these army comps and then we can get this battle underway. It does start off pretty quickly, so we're going to stay in slow motion. Starting with my army, I've got lots of these Fusiliers of line. That's the heart of my army, so bringing a good amount of them. In the back, I have two skirmishers. This is like an Italian special legion here. It's the Lombardy Sicilian Legion. I'm sorry, I'm slaughtering the name. But yeah, they look really cool, like the green and red and the white. Fantastic. And then I've got Napoleon, of course. I also have some chasseurs, which is a great skirmishing unit. I have 2 units of the 6-pounder horse artillery, which are speeding ahead to try to get a nice position. And that's pretty much it. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got 3 Grenadiers. Grenadiers of the line, which have a lot of chevrons, so they're well experienced. They're going to be pretty nasty in the close combat. I'm going to be using them pretty aggressively. Let's head over to the next army, which he also has some 6-pounder horse artillery. He's bringing 2 units of the chasseurs. He has back here some Fusiliers of line, so he also has a very similar army, but he has more of a quicker army. He's got 3 units of dragoons, and he has 1 unit of the chasseurs à cheval. He's actually going to be really sneaky with them and try to flank around. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my allies' army. Very similar. Here's his general staff. But yeah, cool stuff. Let's head over to the Austrians, who have pretty large armies, but yeah, they're pretty cool. He's got some German Fusiliers. He also has German Grenadiers, lots of Germans on the battlefield. He also has some Grenzer, which is a really tough light infantry unit. He does have this fancy cav unit, which I don't know how to pronounce, and he has some Dragoons for cav. Here's his general staff leading the way, and he's going to try to use this hill, which is a smart idea, to try to, use a defensive position. And yeah, that's pretty much it for his force. He does have some, I think that's it. I think that's some Grenzers. Landwehr. Here's the Landwehr. So yeah, that's it for the Austrian force. Let's head over to the next Austrian force, which is closer to the city. He's got Grenzers in the front line, a couple Grenzers, which again is a great light unit. He is bringing some artillery. He's got the 12-pounder foot artillery, which is pretty heavy artillery, and he's got Landwehr in the back. So he's got more of a less professional army because he does have a lot of Landwehr. And he does have German Fusiliers, though, with the nice white and red uniforms. I love those uniforms. They look great. And he also has some German Grenadiers and some cav in the back. So, pretty cool stuff. That's it for the armies. We can now get started with the fight in normal speed. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to be super aggressive with my artillery. I'm unlimbering them right in the streets of this town, trying to bombard the advancing Austrian army, because I felt like this was going to be a pretty decent struggle for this city, this town. I also have about 25% of my army flanking around, so I've got 3 units of Grenadiers of line and 1 unit of the Chasseurs. They're going to try to flank around and engage the enemy in the open fields while we are holding the city. Now, at this time, I'm so focused on this battle right here that I assumed my ally was going to engage the enemy up on this hill. But if you actually look at his army, he's actually maneuvering back this way. So he's actually sending all of his army around to flank around. So it's not really necessary for me to send these guys over, but I don't really notice it until much later. So we'll get back to that a little bit later. So my artillery is now shelling the enemy. We also have some incoming artillery from the Austrian forces. Here we go. Fire when ready. Fire when ready. Fire when ready. No, we're actually gonna change directions because I noticed, okay, let's do slow-mo here because this is too epic. So I noticed that Austria is setting down some cav. This is a really wise decision, but I changed my ammo to canister shot. Boom! Just wrecking these guys. Look at them. Just half the unit goes down. Is that going to be enough, though? Will that break them before they reach the artillery? Unfortunately, I don't have any infantry nearby. We're going to get one more shot, which kills about 3 more troops. But unfortunately, they're able to reach my artillery. I was so confident that my artillery would break those guys before they engaged my, in close combat. But they did not break. If I didn't lose that one artillery piece, did you notice how there was one destroyed? If I had another canister shot, I would have just destroyed these guys. So unfortunately, my one artillery is gone. I do have another one in the back, and I am rushing up some Fusiliers of line. Let's see if I can try to kill what's left of this cab unit. Come on, quickly. Line up, men. Line up and fire. Give them hell, boys. There we go. Shots fired. Oh, he's going for a frontal charge, amazingly enough, but he's not going to make it. Or maybe. No, he's not. Okay. I was like, I don't remember them making it. But yeah, they're gonna fall back. Or not, well, actually, they're routing. They're not falling back. They're running for their lives. So Austria, they realize that there's not gonna be a fight for the hill. They're probably pretty sad about it because they're like, oh, we got the high ground, but not today. We're not gonna engage you. And yeah, now I prepare the incoming forces this way. So that was a nice little engagement there. I wouldn't say that was a fair trade. I think he got the advantage there. Taking out one of my artillery is pretty huge. That's going to really hurt my army there, but at least I put up a fight, It wasn't just like me handing it over. And I still have another artillery piece, so it's not the end of the world. Which are currently, again, shelling the enemy position at the advancing Austrian forces. He's got some Grenzers, German Fusiliers, and other amazing line infantry that just disappears in plain sight. What kind of technology is that? Witchcraft. But no, they're gonna keep pushing forward. And he's actually not going for the town, as you can tell. He's not crossing the bridge. He's gonna keep pushing down this way and engage my allies' army. So we did a little bit of a switcheroo, right? I mean, when you first look at the layout of this battle, you assume that I'm gonna fight for the city and my ally's gonna fight for this hill. But instead, we switched opponents. And now I'm fighting out in the open fields, and the city's not even being fought for, which I thought was really interesting. I did not expect that. So I'm going to prepare my defenses. Again, I'm not being super aggressive here. I mean, I was a little bit with the artillery, but my plan here is not to be super aggressive. I'm going to let him come to me because I don't really have the army to fight him. I mean, if you look at his forces, he's got a lot of skirmishers, which can outrange my line infantry. I don't really have a lot of skirmishers. I have 2, and one of those skirmishers are going this way. So I'm now sending back the army that I sent over because I realized, oh, my ally's sending all of his army to this side. So I need to send back these guys and support the fight over here because we're going to get a nasty fight here. So I'm actually falling back a little bit. I'm repositioning my artillery so they can face the Austrian flanking army. And also, I want to remind you guys, there's a unit way back here. My ally, being extra sneaky, has got his chasseur à cheval, just waiting to strike, waiting in the tree line. So we just keep an eye out for that. It's pretty important. All right, let's see what's happening here. More troops just crossing the waters. Austria getting very close. This is a smart idea. He's moving up his Grenzers, which, remember, they have a longer range than I do. So if he does get into position, I'm going to have to march forward. Hopefully he doesn't kite me to death, which is what I would be doing right now as Austria, just trying to kite the French forces because I don't really have an answer to the skirmishers. Now, I am setting up my Italian Legion here, the Lombardy Legion. Finally, I have some support. I have some light forces that are going to be able to help, but I've already lost about 10 men from that one volley there from the Grenzers, and we're about to answer back right here. Come on, fire back, men. You know what? Just do it whenever you're ready. There they go. There they go. They're going to reposition a little bit. Epic. I love that. That looks so cool. The defense here. So we are outnumbered in terms of light infantry, which could be a problem. Thankfully, he does not have artillery, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on his army. Maybe that will get him to advance. I'm actually limbering up once again because I want to put my artillery a lot closer. If I can get them towards the front line, I can then use canister shot if they get their infantry a little bit closer. I'm now advancing my line infantry, trying to get them in range of those skirmishers way back there. Let's see what's going on over on this side, excuse me. We have some the dragoons of the French army. This is my allies' army, actually engaging some of the enemy cav. So he's got about 1 unit of dragoons. He's got 2 chevrons here. The other 2 dragoons are going for the artillery in the back, but thankfully Austria has some Landwehr left behind, trying to protect the flanks of the artillery. He needs to quickly form up the artillery. I think he's got canister shot. Yes, he does, and he just blows apart this dragoon regiment. Oh my God, the horror. Just awful, but thankfully the French forces are able to reach the front lines of the artillery before they break, but I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to stand against such reckless hate. And on this side, the French forces are crumbling. More canister shot coming down this way, supporting their cav, and this French cav assault did not really pay off too well. They got a couple kills. I don't know how many artillery troops they've killed, but I don't know if I don't think they accomplished much here. Words are hard today, what the heck? Yeah, I don't think they were able to kill the artillery completely. Maybe they got a couple cannons here and there, but the Austrians stand their ground. That's good map awareness. So I'll head back here where the Austrians are now flanking around with German Fusiliers. I had to sacrifice one of my Fusiliers of line to focus their attention to these Grenadiers because obviously I don't want my flank to break. Oh, what's this though? What's this though? Do we got a sneak attack? Yes, we do. Oh, going for the general. We got the Chasseur Cheval going for the general of Austria. Well done from my ally. I didn't even see this coming. I was amazed. I was like, wow, this is great. So there's actually, is that the general right there? I think so. Great maneuver there. Killed your cav. Actually, I'm pretty sure that, no, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if that's the general. They all look so similar. He's somewhere. Maybe this is him? You look like a general. You got a fancy hat. Yeah, but the cav was victorious there, and the general is breaking off the battlefield. Now he's going to come down. Let's do some slow motion here because this is pretty critical. He's going to come in and do another surprise attack. I don't even think Austria realizes that their general, there he goes, he's dead. I guess one of the cav, you can see the cav killed him there. But he did not expect this. And this is just a full-on charge. They get a little volley there, and they're going to full-on charge right into the back of this line. Look at that. They go flying across the battlefield. And that is a huge help in this battle. And a great, great volley there from the Chasseur Cheval. And now we are fighting the Grenadiers in melee, but we were able to get a couple shots off there before they engaged with bayonets. So it's a pretty close fight, but you don't really want to get stuck in melee against Grenadiers, but they are, you know, they took a lot of casualties before going in, which is good. And now my Lombardy skirmishers around the trees here, holding down the fort, continuing to pepper down the Grenzers of Austria. And, okay, so this is really important here too, tactic-wise. This cav is still going strong and breaking force after force after force. It's actually quite amazing. And he has to clump up his forces now, send over reserves to try to take out this cav force. So I'm going to be able to flank around. Look at the timing here too. These are the Grenadiers that I originally sent over the river. They finally made it back to the front line. And it's just perfect timing. Also, I have more lights moving forward. So now I'm going to be able to wrap around him. So the tables have turned in a matter of seconds. Crazy stuff. My artillery's firing down, focusing down his lights, I believe. And the French cav is still fighting. We'll do normal speed here. Yeah, still fighting in the battle. That is crazy. The Landwehr trying to fight them off. Eventually they will kill them, but they have 3 chevrons from that. That is great. And we have some dragoons of Austria. There they go. I think they're breaking now. Yep, there they go. So that's going to be it for his cav charge, but it saved so many men in my French army. And now I can get really aggressive here. I can really push my advance, push my advantage, because we got a pretty fine advantage here. We were able to very thankfully break the German Grenadiers. I forgot to show you this, but I do have one unit of line infantry holding up in the town hall just to protect my flank, and sure enough, his ally, the Austrian ally of the other Austrian army that I'm fighting, he's sending over some Landwehr to engage the backs of my army. So I've got some troops in the town hall that are going to be able to pick these guys off as they run by. So that was a great thing to see right there. And now really he's down to some line infantry, some Landwehr, and some Grenzers, taking on my more elite troops like the Fusiliers of Line and my skirmishers. Alright, so now we're pushing up the Grenadiers, my line infantry, and look at, he is on the retreat, a strategic retreat, but it's not gonna be good for him. He needs his ally to pull through, but they're so far away. We split them up. You see, there's no way he can send them. I mean, he does have one force of reinforcements, but what are these guys gonna do? They're almost at half morale already. They are just Landwehr, so I mean, they're gonna struggle against my army. But I'm trying to quickly kill off this army before those reinforcements show up. My Italian unit here, the Lombardy skirmishers, they're doing great. Unfortunately, they suffered a lot of casualties. They're less than half strength, but they've been fighting so bravely for the French army. And here comes a cav charge. I'm gonna form square formation right before he's able to charge in, get a couple shots off, but that cav unit's got nothing on me. Those dragoons are gonna get butchered. Thankfully, I saw that coming, and the Austrian cav is now retreating. I'm gonna go back into line formation, and this is the last stand of the Austrian army. My French forces are closing in. He has no artillery. He's got nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Let's head back over to the other side where things are a little bit calmer. It's the calm before the storm, so to speak. The two armies are looking face to face, and if Austria wants to win this battle, this force needs to get going. He needs to defeat this French army and then get behind my army and support his ally, but he's got to move quickly because, oh yeah, we got my Grenadiers aligned. They don't have a good spot here. The terrain is not in my favor, but it is protecting him, so it's it's a double-edged sword. I'm wasting my ammo, he's wasting his ammo. But eventually, I do push forward my Grenadiers and try to get on top of this hill. And look at the battle smoke everywhere. It's fantastic. Fusiliers of Line, look at them go. Taking on skirmishers. They don't stand a chance. I think he actually is victorious here, though. Landwehr. Yeah, he's actually victorious. He actually broke a lot of my units, the Lombardy skirmishers. And now I had to maneuver my line infantry. You see, I'm kind of making an L, trying to protect my flank against multiple enemy regiments. All right, here we go. There we go. Now I moved up my Grenadiers of Line. This is where things get really epic, guys, because this is where I go crazy. This is where I get super aggressive with my Grenadiers, and I tell them to use their grenades, which is like my favorite thing ever in Napoleon. I'm moving up the other Grenadier unit as well to support them. So now that I got some extra guns putting down some supporting fire, this is where I tell my Grenadiers, all right, men, time to get our bayonets bloodied, and it's time to charge in soon. One day. Eventually I do it. We're not gonna leave this area though, because it's just too epic. Actually, we'll do slow motion. Oh wait, no, here it goes. Here we go, and finally, we're marching forward. We're gonna get ready to throw the great grenadier, or the great grenades. Here we go, getting ready. All right, there we go, throw them. I was gonna say fire, but whatever. And we're gonna wait for them to explode, then charge in. Boom! Excellent morale destroyer right there. Bayonets first, men. Go in through the smoke, clean up the Landwehr, or the German Grenadiers. That was awesome. That's why I love Napoleon. We just utterly destroy them, and then at this point I was like, no, we're gonna keep pushing these Grenadiers. Let's keep going. Let's take on the next line regiment that's waiting up here on the hillside. We don't really have a choice. We just gotta keep pushing, keep fighting, put the fight right in front of their face. I also have another Grenadier unit charging in. Yes, Grenadiers are on the march, moving forward and crushing the lines of Austria. And now we can really advance this way. Now the fight's looking kind of bad, but thankfully I sent over some reinforcements. This is the Fusilier unit that was in the town hall building protecting the flank. I just told them to get out and march towards this main battle line and support the back flank. We are breaking the Austrian forces that were able to flank around. And here we go. We are victorious here. Fantastic. My Lombardy skirmishers are back from routing, which is excellent. Right on time, killing the German Grenadiers. And the Austrian flank is on the run. Unfortunately, one of my Grenadier units, they did break. They just couldn't handle the rows after rows after rows of Austrian forces. But I still have another healthy regiment right here. My artillery almost killing my own Grenadiers there. That's not good. And Austria is crumbling before the great French army. The chasseurs putting down some great firepower. Oh, and the Grenadiers are going at it again! Yes! That time they just threw down the bombs so they could be epic, and they charged through the smoke going after enemy Grenadiers. That was awesome. The great Grenadier charge. Well, lovely. So this is the final unit of the Austrians, the German Fusiliers, and they break against the mighty Grenadiers of the French army. And that's going to be it for the Austrian forces. They still have a couple units, but it's really not that much. And now this battle is finally underway. Which it's just begun. Remember, I did send over one Grenadier unit, which is right here. This is actually my unit with his army, so I'm actually going to get them ready, put them towards the main fight. Oh, some nice shots here from the horse artillery, using canister shot. I don't know if this is the perfect angle, but, you know, he's getting something. Getting something. Putting some pressure. Let's see, is he getting any hits on these guys? It is just Landwehr. Oh no, they're actually going for a different regiment. I think they're going for this one here, the German Fusiliers. So we'll zoom out, get a bird's eye view. Now, since Austria was so passive, they are not going to be able to defeat this. I mean, they still can defeat this army, but by the time they do defeat this army, I'm going to have my army ready to go. We are just, you know, cleaning up the enemy forces. This is the last stand of the German Fusiliers in square formation. I'm even charging in my skirmishers at this point. Just cause, you know, I'm just trying to break them with sheer numbers. There they go. There they go. They're on the run. Those German Fusiliers. Get out of here, you rascals. Go back to Germany. So I'm going to send my army over to the other side. I do have my Lombardy light infantry, my skirmishers. Unfortunately, they used up all their ammo, so they're not going to be any use. I was trying to quickly send some lights over to this, riverside, or, you know, river shore area, whatever, you know what I mean, to fire at the backs of this Landwehr. But I'm just so far away that I think it's really down to my Oh, there we go, another Grenadier charge, throwing in the bombs, going in. I'm reckless today, guys, reckless. Grenadiers going into melee. This is a losing fight for me, but, you know, I was feeling extra aggressive today. You know me, I gotta be pretty aggressive. I don't know if I'm gonna break this unit, but I actually lost a lot of Grenadiers in that charge, trying to push forward. But I just had to do it. Oh, rippy skippy. Yeah, my Grenadiers are gonna die here, though. Yep, there they go. That's alright, you know, they did well. You can see I lost a lot here before I actually charged in. So if I charged in right away, probably could have done a little bit better there. But now Austria can advance forward. But look at all the losses for Austria. I mean, they lost a lot of soldiers here so far. Especially with the support of this artillery. It's just nasty. And they're using canister shot on the Landwehr. And yeah, they're dying pretty quickly. I am actually quite amazed that this unit is still fighting. Landwehr are less disciplined. But the French army is actually thinning out a little bit. He's thinning out just a tad bit. The Grenzers have been a lot of issue, and the terrain is a little awkward around this area. There's a lot of trees, a lot of roads, ditches. Makes it very difficult to properly line up your line infantry. So Austria is actually doing pretty good in this fight. Oh, more canister shot. The Landwehr still not breaking yet. The morale's actually going up a little bit. I'm not sure how many kills he's getting from this angle. You can see the terrain is actually in his way, so you can barely see the French flag over here. The Fusiliers aligned. Oh, the general's going in, guys. The general's staff charging in from the French army, trying to break this Landwehr, who have actually full morale now. And then here comes the other general of Austria. So we got a general v general battle. It doesn't get much better than this. Fantastic. Oh my god, the glitchiness of Napoleon Cav is just too glorious for my eyes, and I must look away. Okay, now he's retreating. Yeah, that was a pretty careless move there. You don't want to lose your general just yet. And my reinforcements are very far away. I've got a lot of my, Fusiliers aligned, trying to quickly march over there, but it's just gonna take so long. I mean, I have to go all the way around this river, so not gonna be much help. All I can really do is just kind of watch at this point and hope that my ally can win his engagement. Which, with the support, oh, the artillery sniping the general. That was, so I did set up, that was my artillery right there. He formed square, and now the general's bodyguard are just falling off of their horses, but he's gonna charge in regardless. And that's it for his general. Gone, dead. Most of them dead to the artillery that I have stationed right here. So this is kind of how I'm supporting my ally at this point. Just trying to fire down upon his battle over on that side. So let's watch a volley over here, because I do love the thunderous sounds of the cannons. Boom. Awesome. So yeah, I'm just trying to take out these Grenzers, and it's just the smoke is filling the battlefield. There's just little cannonball craters in the battlefield all over the place. Dead troops everywhere. This is why I love Napoleon so much. It's just so fantastic. The Fusiliers aligned are slowly inching forward, trying to close in this battle and win it. But look at all of the fallen Frenchmen here. The fallen Frenchmen. They are all over the battlefield, man. That is just tragic. But they stand true, even though they're down to 48 men. And now the Austrians are like a cornered dog at this point. Really nowhere to run. They just have to stand their ground. The general is now maneuvering around the flank. Their general is dead on the Austrian side. Oh, this is just cruel. We got 6-pounder horse artillery on the French side forming up, ready to fire down at the last remaining Austrian forces. And finally, I get some skirmishers in range, but it's way too late. The Austrians are way pushed back. Alright. Oh, yep, they're breaking. I think we got a couple canister shots that just instantly broke. Oh, there they go. There they go, guys. just focusing down the skirmishers, and they got no answer to that. Yep, they're breaking. They're breaking. Massive break from the Austrian forces. So it looks like history will be replayed today. Like, history won't change today, if you know what I mean. Oh, nice hit there. Nice artillery hit. Now the French infantry charging in. The Austrian forces are defeated. Oh, Grenadiers! Where's that coming from? I don't know. Oh, those are the Austrian Grenadiers. Cool. Get ready to hold against the French lines. He's going to form square formation because he's going to be surrounded, which is a smart idea. Sachez. That's how you pronounce that one. German Fusiliers, a small unit. Oh my god, now it's even smaller. Most of them will get back up, but what don't get back. Just stay down. Just stay down, man. These German Fusiliers are going to get destroyed by the... oh, he's going in for a charge. Is this going to be the final charge? The Grenadiers are actually still standing their ground. They're going to break their square formation, going for a bayonet charge into the French Fusiliers. There goes the French charge. They should be able to break these guys. Oh, nice charge there. Disrupts their formation. Oh, look at this fight. Oh! Save him, dude. Save you. Oh, he just... Oh, God, it's so violent. Just like stepped on his face. It's like, you're dead. My army might have lost, but you're dead. Alright, so now they're finally on the run, and that is going to be it, guys. The French victory. He's got a couple forces running towards the battle. I'm not sure what's happening here. I don't even remember this. I actually sent Napoleon on... Oh, my allies general. I think I killed my own general, or my allies general with my artillery. But I sent Napoleon over to this side to go after the enemy artillery. So they're going to charge in, get an easy kill. Pretty cool stuff here. Yeah, Napoleon getting his sword wet. Awesome. So yeah, they're going to clean them up. And that's, I think this is it for the Austrian army. Yep, that's it. And there we have it. Victory. So I was able to get 1,163 kills. I might have gotten more kills than my ally, but he did an excellent job with that cav charge right at the middle of that battle, just crushing the Austrian lines. And I was able to capitalize on that. Over on the other side, pretty even kills from the Austrian players. To be fair, this is a bit more challenging for the Austrian armies because they're at a bit of a disadvantage. They don't have quite as good troops. I felt like the beginning there was their biggest mistake, not trying to go for the city. I think trying to hold this town would have been very, very wise of them. And I think the army that was up on this hill, instead of engaging me, I think he should have just ran to the town. So just meet up at the town and hold that town. It would make things way more difficult for us. But that's the battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Always fun to do historical stuff. Here's the kills. Grenadiers of the line. Yep, my Grenadiers doing great. Fantastic. Awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me once again. It's always my pleasure to show you these battles. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course subscribe for more epic battles. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.